Good morning. This is Tommy Stone again with another His Life devotional thought for Monday, November the 2nd. We're thankful that you've been with us so far this year, and we want to end in a great way the rest of this year with these devotional thoughts. This week, the focus is on the Lord's Supper. It is called the Lord's Supper, and a couple of places in First Corinthians, the reading today, mentions that it is the Lord's Supper. We call it all sorts of things. It made me think a little bit this time about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is on a lot of people's minds right now because we're wondering what that's going to look like this time around. Some of us are going to be separated from those that we love, maybe not able to enjoy that meal in the same way that we have before. But in thinking about the Lord's Supper that we participate in every Sunday morning, we're thankful for that opportunity to be with brothers and sisters, to remember the death of Jesus. There's some somber tones to that and some solemnity to that, but the fact is he didn't stay dead. And so there's also a celebratory aspect to the Lord's Supper. If you think back to its origins, it was created by the Lord in the context of the Passover meal. And our devotional writer today says that, the Jews had for many, many years been celebrating this meal to commemorate the liberty that they experienced from Egyptian bondage. But this particular Passover was significant because it was going to be done in the context of this weekend where Jesus gives his life to attain real freedom from the bondage of sin that you and I are strapped with. So we're thankful for the Lord and this meal that we participate in each week. It's really an observance in our tradition more than it is a full-fledged meal, but no less significant in that what's really important is what we're focused on. Of course, in the context of that first meal, the disciples had no idea what Jesus was trying to suggest when he said, "Take, eat, this is my body, which is going to be broken for you." They had no box for that yet. But pretty early on in the early church, we see folks gathering on the first day of the week to break bread, to remember the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I don't want to give too much away this week because there are other aspects of the Lord's Supper that we're going to go into. Simply to say that it's the Lord's Supper. And as we gather around on Sundays, it is a communion. We're going to talk about that this week. It is an observance. It is a form of worship in that we're acknowledging God's activity on our behalf in salvation. But this is Jesus inviting us to participate in his saving work by observing, giving thanks, participating together in remembering the blood, the body of Jesus as he gives himself up for us. During these strange times, some of us are not able to be together with other saints to observe the Lord's Supper. I want to assure you, if you're home and you're doing that with us online, that it becomes no less significant because the act itself is significant in remembering Jesus in this way. May we all think of the fact that this is his time that he's inviting us to. This is not simply something that we participate in to get on to the next thing in our worship. The Lord is trying to do something significant in that period of time. Not just remind us of what He has done, but to invite us to be a part of something significant and to honor Him. That's what we do. So keep that in mind this Sunday when you have an opportunity, whether on site or at home with your family. We hope that you take the significance of this act in its proper context, because it's the Lord who invites you to do so. Want to thank you for tuning in again. Keep reading, and we're about to make it to the end of the year. We hope that this has been beneficial to you. God bless you today. Have a great Monday.